Hello, my Jason, and welcome to my manga review for chapters 44 to 46 of Fate Kaleid Liner Prisma Illya 3. And with these three chapters, we get the conclusion of the Shiro and Miyu story on their backstory, the epic battle that Shiro and Angelica had, really awesome battle there, and we basically get that whole entire backstory with Illya crying at the end over a beautiful story of that, and Illya thinks about all the things that Miyu has gone through in her life and the context within all of that, the struggles that she went through going into their parallel world, and how she has definitely gotten the better from there, making friends with Illya and all the others, and just going through even more hardships with Illya through the many battles they've gone through as well. And it's even sort of connected their relationship even more. Quote was, connected by a family that transcends worlds. That was a really sweet thing there, that they're all still family even though they're from parallel worlds. Even involving family as well, related to that is the revelation that Angelica is Julian's older sister. Kind of surprising, but at the same time, it kind of makes sense as well. And with Angelica, her mind, and I guess mostly her mind, is basically converted to an emotionless doll, but she does show a little bit of emotion going through the sort of who Darius is and how each heir to the Ainsworths is transformed into Darius. What is Darius's actual plan? We have no idea exactly just yet. Definitely there is a bigger plan out there than just saving the world, as Julian does say. But definitely Angelica does cry. She gives a little bit of emotional feel, asking and pleading towards Illya and the others to save her younger brother. And that was honestly a very sweet moment for the character, for Angelica. It really helps redeem her a little bit, and especially the next chapter, chapter 45, in the snowball fight. Definitely her character is, being slowly redeemed, and I'm very curious to see whose side she'll fight on when they do confront Julian again, whether she'll be there or not. But it definitely does seem like she is still part of that doll mentality where she's just basically taking orders, but there are slight moments here and there, I'm sure we'll see, where she is sort of going on to her own autonomy and really just doing things for herself. These next few chapters, chapters 45 and 46, were just fun and really just gets to the reason why this series really does a good job of balancing out the action and also the comedy as well. You have a big snowball fight, and Illya, for reinforcements, yells out for Angelica, and really shows why Gilgamesh's powers are pretty convenient to have. She basically just teleports within the battlefield, and she assists Illya to battle against Tanaka and Kudo, and even Bizet is called upon for reinforcements at the end of that chapter, and she just reluctantly, very tsundere of her, joins in on the battle, and the other girls in Rin, she basically gives a quote saying that Illya is a genius who could become friends with her enemies, and we have seen that, the more context of that in previous series and different chapters as well, where she does make friends with her enemies, and definitely Bizet is one of those enemies, as mentioned in chapter 46, I believe, and that's when you have the team of Bizet and Angelica, not only a badass team on the battlefields, but also in a snowball fight. They're a pretty badass team there as well, so really nice, fun stuff there. I'm very curious to see whether that be some foreshadowing towards Julian, because Shiro has his own sort of Eureka sort of moments as well, realizing does this power actually exist? And so whether this is foreshadowing for Julian or not, I'm assuming it might actually be sort of foreshadowing. Maybe Illya could talk down to Julian and really connect with him, something that Shiro was never able to do during his trials and tribulations going up against Julian and the Ainsworths. Bizet and Angelica were involved again at chapters 46, where there was mostly just cross-dressing sort of episode. The girls, they basically, Luvia and Rin, they bought clothes for everyone, mostly for Bizet and Angelica. Bizet, she is very selective, I guess, in terms of revealing clothes and also which clothes were appropriate for combat. She was definitely changing up some of her outfits and making sure they're combat ready anytime that she needs it to. So very much of that type of character, a very tomboyish sort of character that is always ready for combat. Very similar towards, I guess, Seishiro and Nisakoi. She likes to dress like a boy, basically because she is always ready for combat since she can dress that way. And I guess they gave Angelica a, quote, male virgin killer style style, very effective in that sort of way, and I love the reaction that Illya gave when she was realizing what was going on in that room. Even Shiro was kicked out as well, and very cute Miyu Emoto moments where her quote was, don't say anything unnecessary, when he was talking about how he has to help Miyu change before. And a nice ending moments for this chapter where Shiro and Kuro, obviously, they connect in a sort of way because of their powers. Kuro basically has the powers of the heroic spirit in Emiya, and Shiro goes into the shed, or whatever you want to call it there, gives her an origin bullet from Kiritsugu, obviously from Fate Zero. An origin bullet, from what I gather, is basically just a special bullet that Kiritsugu made for himself, and he used it to kill mages, and really affects their magic circuits, really just explodes their magic circuits. And so in very memento for Kuro. Whether she'll actually use that in battle, I'm not sure or not, but definitely gives a more big context where Shiro understands where Kuro is coming from, where she's under the mindset that it'd be okay if she died at any time. And they're both very similar to that sort of aspect there, and Kuro gives a nice sort of full circle and silver lining towards that mindset where Shiro has to be there for Miyu no matter what, and he can't die. And so whether that's a death flag for Shiro or not, whether he actually die and that will really affect Miyu as a character and really progress her as a character in terms of a big battle or not, we'll have to wait and see on that. But still, very fun chapters, but also nice foreshadowing, potential foreshadowing, I would say, for upcoming chapters and a bigger for the bigger plot to come. Whether they'll transition to that or not, or just keep going with the comedic stuff, which I won't really complain about because the comedy has really hit well in these last 2 chapters. So for rating for these 3 chapters, I'll give all of them a 4 out of 5. Very solid in terms of building up, foreshadowing for plots, but also being fun as well. Chapter 45 was one of my favorites out of these 3 chapters because of snowball fights with Angelica and Bazette joining in on the battle against Kuro and Tanaka. So that was really fun stuff there. And so what do you guys think about these 3 chapters? And also, do you have any predictions on any future plots or any future character moments coming up? Put all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, remember to rate this video and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Thank you for watching my manga review for chapters 44 to 46 of Fate Carolina Prisma Illya 3. Have a nice day. Bye bye.